In 2026, it's finally possible to create your own custom software in just one afternoon. AI and vibe coding can help you build crazy things. But if you're not an engineer, using something like Claude Code can be quite intimidating. So what if you could combine all the power of an AI builder with the convenience of having a visual interface where you see exactly how things shape up and map together without having to look at any code? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to use the next few minutes to build a fully functional public roadmap app from scratch, using AI, but without any of the hassle of typical vibe coding solutions. So let's go. Now, before we actually dive into the builder, it's very important to understand the core loop that you want to go through whenever you now create something with AI. And it's this basic 3-step process: plan, execute, review, right? I can't stress enough how important it is to have a good plan, right? 80% of your time really should happen before you hand things off. And this is really what AI allows us to do, right? It allows us to spend more time thinking what it is that we actually want. And then the whole execution, right? Building these different views, making sure software is set up the right way, right? Having your data structure, all of that AI can handle. But you need to make sure that you outline first how this works. And you have a few options, right? You can start with pen and paper and do this. You can open your favorite AI tool of choice, right? Claude, Notion AI, wherever you want to have a conversation, right? And kind of brain dump what you are thinking about. And then have it help you work through this. Tell it, right, that you're planning to implement this using Softr. And then towards the end, right, you'll have this like plan, okay, this is actually what we want to do. Now, today, right, we'll have a very simple app just as a demo. So that's trying to like, of course, have this process a little bit quicker. But it's really important, right, that you stick with this 3-step process: planning, then executing, and then reviewing to make sure everything is correct. So in this case, right, I actually planned this out with Ezra, my OpenClaw. And if you're curious about learning a bit more about, like how I use OpenClaw in my workflows, check out the links down below. But basically, these are the quick answers, right? Who are the users? We have the public users, who is anyone on the internet, and then we have the admins, right? Our team. The public can view the roadmap, right? You can submit a request and you can upvote entries. And as an admin, right, you can of course see everything, you can modify statuses, you can moderate things, and you have full access to everything. What data exists, right? We have our feature requests table. That's the core element that we're going to build, and we can then see later whether we connect it with other data tables. And our rules in this case are fairly simple, right? The public never sees any admin views, right? We can see what we do in terms of security there. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to create now. Now, let's move over to Softr. And if you don't have an account yet, then check out the link in the description. We have also some free credits for you. Thanks a lot to Softr, right, for sponsoring this video and for making this possible. So once you're logged in, right, we can now go here on our apps interface and we see our new co-builder. I'm just going to drop in now the prompt, right, that I created before in the build session, and you can simply describe what it is that you want to build, right? You can, of course, keep it lower as well. Softr will walk you through some steps, but we want to make sure, right, that we have sort of a solid place to start from. And then I'm just going to send this off, and now we're going to move into builder mode. I'm just going to move myself over here, so we see our chat, right, as the co-builder now walks me through a few more decisions to make sure everything is correct. So, authentication, right? How will users log in? Now, this is a great idea, right? So let's see, what do we want? We want actually email. That's usually the easiest. So that's how we admins authorize. Can people sign up on their own? No, we will invite all the admins to this app. And then let's see whether it has any other questions, right? App's main navigation layout, I want it on the side. That is nice. And for mobile, I actually like top navigation. And let's see what else. The theme, right? What do we like? This is like sort of like a roadmap, right, for a tech company. So let's go with something, like modern and sleek. Yes, I love that one. Black and white, always a good look for tech roadmaps. And now it pretty much has everything, right? It says that it needs for me to start building out the system. Now, and as it's working, right, we can see sort of in this preview area live what it's doing, right? It set up the databases. Now it's going to build out the main canvas. And that's the huge advantage, right, that you have by using Softr over like a direct vibe coding solution. Because the problem often with vibe coding, right, is once you've created this, well, how do you maintain it, right? How do you make small changes? You can, of course, do that in the code, but particularly if you want to hand this to your team and to people who might not be very technical and who don't want to, touch Claude Code and everything, being able to quickly spin something up for them, where they then have a visual editor afterwards, right? Where you have all the blocks and you can still, with drag and drop, make any modifications that you want. That's a real advantage, particularly when it comes to database structure, right? So we can see, right, as it's building this out here, oops, okay, let's wait until it's done. But the data backend, right, that's usually quite cumbersome, and having to look at it, right, that's can be a bit intimidating. But we see it's ready. This barely took 3 minutes to build, right, for our simple use case. So let's go ahead, right, and check this out. I'm going to click on Try It Live, and let's see where it brings us into our app, right, in the preview mode. And we see, okay, welcome Matthias, upvote what matters most, and follow progress. That's nice. So, okay, here are our feature requests. You can see where they are for the team, right? Let's see whether I can drag them around. Yes, I can drag them around, right, to indicate where they belong. Can I upvote them, right? Let's look at the Slack notification. All right, this is currently doesn't open the element yet fully, right? It just opens the next one. So that's something we can go back to the AI editor and ask it to fix. That's the third step, right? Reviewing it and then improving on it. Let's see whether we can add a feature request, whether that works. And new feature, we need to, but actually, let's make this very meta. Fix card on Softr roadmap. When clicking into a card, a new page should open. All right, and we have our categories. This is a feature, right? The status will be in progress. Upvote count submitted by. Okay, so currently, right, when we add these features, we can enter all those data points. That's again something we would want to modify, right, just to make sure that when, depending on which user it is, right, they can not fill out these things, right? So another thing for us to keep in mind, and this is submitted by me, add, and let's see whether that comes through. And yes, there it is, right, fix card on Softr roadmap. All right, so on my home screen, right, this basically works, right? The roadmap here, that's the other element. We might also need to ask the AI, right, which user we're currently logged in with, right? Just to make sure that that all is correct. And then we can have it go through a second round of updates. Now, when I am working with AI tools, I'm a huge fan of using dictation, because now just telling the system what you want improved is so much quicker and more convenient than typing this out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Right, and link to my favorite ones down below. I'm going to just press my hotkey and then I'm going to tell it what we need to improve. Amazing first draft. Now, a few questions and remarks from my end to make sure I understand how this is all set up correctly. First, are we set up so that we have a public page for our roadmap that anyone can see without logging in? Second, when adding a new feature request, when I did it in the preview, it asked me to fill out also who submitted it, and it asked me to fill out the upvote count, right? Both of these things and the status. That's a bit weird, right? We want that if a new feature request is added, we want to only ask for the title and the description, maybe the category, right? If at all, but that's already questionable. The other things are for the admins to do, right? So we probably need another admin page somewhere where they can process the incoming tickets and probably assign the values if we don't have that yet. And on that note, when I click into a card right on any of the views for the roadmap, I would like to have like a detail card load, right? That currently doesn't happen either. So if you could go ahead and make those changes, that would be great. And then just walk me through the permissions that you have currently set up for this first version. All right, let's wait for the transcription to come through. I'm going to hit enter, and then we're going to see what the co-builder does here. Now, let's say after making a few changes, right, and getting some feedback from the team, I realize, okay, we need to modify more things. The nice thing is that we can, at any time, right, simply collapse the AI chat and start working on this just like with regular Softr apps, right? This is a regular Softr app, and all the blocks are fully modifiable. So if I realize, actually, I don't want to show the users on the homepage, right? I could simply go ahead, right, and just remove that block from here, right? Deleting that block. And now we have only our request part here, right? And we can actually make sure that on the settings here, right, we remove the user tab altogether. So now it's only requests. Maybe we even don't need the tab, right? But maybe we want to have different ways of looking at those features. So that's fine. And I can make these changes manually, right? I can also go over to the database and see what data we have here, right? So these are my users that are set up, right? Of course, all of these are just like sample admin users, right? So I can kick them out, right? I can say, actually, no, this is just for populating this. Let's remove them, right? I just want to have me in there for now, and then we can add, new users if we want to. And I can check my feature requests. And again, right, the database is fully editable. So I could go ahead and say, actually, we're realizing we need another field, right? So we have the category of the status. That's all great, right? But let's add maybe, what do we not have here? We have a description, right? Yeah. But let's add maybe like a complexity, right? Oops, a select property, right? That indicates, okay, the complexity. So we can do this on our own. Or, right, if we want to rather like make some bigger changes and make them faster, we can again spin up our AI co-builder and describe some additional changes, right? So we can say, okay, let's start a new chat and let's share now with it what I want it to do. So I moved over to a new chat here and I'm just gonna send over my requests, right? I would like to make this public, right? Making sure that we have our homepage as something that anyone on the web can see, not just someone who is logged in, because that was still missing in our first version. And then I have a few other requests for it as well. So when we see it's going to try to make the things public, sometimes it might run into an issue, right? So we can ask it, can you explain what issue you ran into? If you could retry or another way, that would be great. Otherwise, please walk me through how I can make these changes myself, right? As always with AI builders, sometimes they run into issues, sometimes they run into a loop. So in that case, we can simply ask it to retry or, well, walk us through it, right? Again, using your AI doesn't mean you're completely outsourcing the whole process. You still want to be on top of it and make sure that you review something. All right, so it tells me currently it can't do that, right? So that's totally fine. So what I will do here is now go in and say, okay, let's make the homepage ready, right? So let's go to our main page, right? We have here under pages, home, perfect, that's it. And we want to make this public. Now, if you want to learn, right, how to use the full Softr builder in details with all these settings, I have another tutorial linked for you down below. But in general, this will walk you through what it is that you need to do. So now we're talking, right? Asked it to make sure that we have on our page, right, a nice heading for our public roadmap, submit a new feature, log into upvote. This is not even a standard block, right, that's available in Softr, but the AI can write a custom code for this, right? So it can simply do this, right, to make sure everything is wired up. So now I will just ask it to make sure the submit a new feature button, right, actually goes to our form and that maybe there's a little bit more spacing here at the top. Amazing, great work. Now, can you please add a bit more spacing between the headline and the two buttons and maybe just add some nice copy text in between them, right? Sort of like it looks like a nice modern landing page. And if you can wire up those buttons so that submit a new feature opens our form page that we have, right, for submitting a new feature, and log into upvote redirect to the login page, that would be amazing. And again, send off. But we could make these changes too, right? I could also go in here and say, okay, let's do that here. And you see, if I click on a block, by the way, we also get a direct chat, right? So we can also like chat with the builder on a per block level. That's particularly helpful if you want to make changes right, to just one element and direct the attention there. But of course, right, we could also now go in here and say, okay, let's make these changes directly there. And we see our builder introduced our little subheading, and we have now our buttons wired up. So, right, submit a new feature, goes to our form page on this, opens in the same tab, that's perfect, right? And the login to upvote goes to the login area. To test this on the front end, let's make sure we click on publish in the top right corner, right? I did that already for the app, getting my custom subdomain. You can, of course, also add your own domain if you want to. And then I'm just want to see it now in the front end. How does it look like for a non-logged in user? Perfect, right? We have our roadmap here, right? Sorted by upvotes on these individual items. I currently can't upvote them because I'm not logged in, right? But let's see whether I can submit a new feature. Currently, okay, still asking me to log in. That's great feedback, right? So let's go back to our Softr app to troubleshoot this. And again, we could use the AI for it, but we can also check this ourselves. And so we can go to pages, and then we can find our submitted feature page. And here we see, right, okay, not everyone can see this page. So that's probably the issue, right? We have the visibility set to only logged in users, but we want everyone to be able to submit features. So let's click on Save. Then we're going to publish this again. We're going to head back over to our app, right? We're going to refresh this, and now we should be able to submit something. Yes, perfect, right? So now let's make this improve login flow, something better, right? And then we're going to submit our request, and then we can check, okay, what happens. Currently also, we are not redirecting, right? So this might be another thing that we might want to change. So again, we can go now to our app here. We can say, okay, actually here it would be really cool, right, if we could do a quick redirect. So if we wanted to, we can open our chat, right? New windows often make sense if you like complete it with one task, just to make sure the context is specific for this. So I'm going to ask it, after the user filled out the form, can you make sure you redirect them to the homepage where they can see all features? And then just hit enter. So let's test this, right? Test and test here, submit the request. We still get our message, right, for this, but now we're redirecting back to home so we can see where our, test entry that we just submitted is here, right? We see they are listed as under consideration. Now, currently our app is loading right from Softr's native databases. But if you want to connect this to Notion, for example, and the same way that we've done in a lot of the previous videos so that you can keep managing your data there, well, that's very easy as well. So in here, right, in our interface, let's just switch the source from our current Softr databases to our Matthias login, right? And here we can then select the feature, is it here, public roadmap feature requests as a database, and we'll go ahead and try to auto-map the fields. And that way, we have now a two-way sync between Notion and Softr, which means that if someone submits a new feature, right, through the web interface, it lands direct in Notion, and our team can then go ahead, right, and work directly with that. Now, we currently don't have any entries in the Notion database yet, right? That was just a quick demo to show you, but that way, right, you can then make sure that everything pulls in the right way. I actually have a full video on how to build a public roadmap, right, in combination of Softr with Notion, sort of the old way, right, by clicking your way through the UI. So check out the link in the description if you're curious about that. And otherwise, right, you can also now use, of course, the AI co-builder to speed up the whole flow once you have your systems connected. Last but not least, one more thing I'd like to show you, and that is that if you want to go a bit more all out and say, okay, the co-builder is all great and Softr's pre-built blocks, but I need something unique, I need something custom, you can get that as well now. Because Softr has vibe coding blocks. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, right? Your structured blocks, but also the option to do something truly custom. In this case, right, we're going to ask it to do something fun, just really with voice dictation again. So can you please go ahead and build me a custom widget here that shows the most recently upvoted features, right? I want to go in here and maybe have 3 cards of the 3 things that were upvoted last. And then simply send this off and see what it comes back with. And here's our result, right? So now our admin can see the most upvoted features directly at the top in this nice card layout. And again, since this is all code in the backend, right, we have full control over how this looks and how it behaves. So that's it. A fully functional public roadmap app that was completely created from scratch using AI, and where you now have a visual editor to modify anything and keep it up to date, even without knowing anything about the underlying code. Easy to hand off to your team, no black boxes. Thanks again a lot to Softr for sponsoring this video and for building this really cool tool. If you want to try the AI co-builder yourself, then check out the link in the description, where I have a special link with like some free credits that you can use to build your first application. Now, this is only one example for the many workflows where AI can really help you streamline things. One of the most important concepts that you can learn when it comes to mastering AI are AI skills, which is why I recently sat down to record a full guide to everything you need to know about AI skills in 2026. Just click here and I will see you in a few seconds.